Greetings all, Fanny here for Libra's weekly message. Libra, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Sorry for being a day late. I had a family situation that I had to take care of. Interesting message that has come out for you. The first card straight away is the Death card. Please don't be afraid by this word or the imagery. This just means change. A new dawn horizon. One where you have companionship, people who to share your life with. And that life may look different from how you initially thought with the Page of Pentacles in reverse here. I also like how the reverse pentacle looks like the lotus flower on Death's flag. So while things may be a bit up in the air right now or lose their stability, everything happens for a reason, my love. Even crazy, insane shit that you're like, oh, the sky is falling. This is lovely. Even shit like that has a reason. Because sometimes you need to break something. Sometimes things need to fall apart. You have these Seven of Pentacles. A lot of work has gone into your life. A lot of work has gone into your energy and what you're attracting. These are conscious decisions that you have made to accept a different level of love, a different level of life. This is why death is coming in so easily. You invited this change. You invited this outcome. And it's not going to be an easy transition because what life was is very different from what you've been asking it to become. And it's not just like snap of the fingers, one day you can have it. You have to go through the motions of evolving to that level. But look, Empress, you're going to be so fucking alright. The master of fertility, the absolute embodiment of the divine feminine, having strength. It did initially come out in reverse. And I want to remind you that you are strong enough. And again, we have the Magician. I have never seen the Magician and Strength card come out together. But it has come out 3 times today. And each time I point out there are 2 infinity symbols over their heads, balancing divine feminine and divine masculine. Boom. Right there. And if you need any more receptive energy, you have the Empress. This new beginning of companionship, of enlightenment and joy is something you have worked very hard for. And it may not be ready to bear its fruit now, but like, it's green. The berry is green. It is so close to being ready for you. It is the closest it has ever been to being ready for you. It just needs a little more time to ripen. It needs a little more time to become as sweet as it could be. You have 5 of Wands in reverse. This feels like instability. Look at how everything is at a different level. And it's all turned upside down. You're leaving that behind. You're leaving behind that situation where everything has to be pulled from one to another, where something is always taking. You have so much ambition, Libra. Sorry, I almost called you like 2 different signs, and I'm like, hey, mental note, where are we? Yep. The 9 of Wands is so much potential, so much you can become, because you have so much fuel for it, because the wands are fire. Think of it as fuel for the fire. It has to burn and become bright, and to provide you with warmth, to provide you with security, with the 10 of Pentacles here. And in the 6 of Wands, you may feel like there's not something to celebrate, or there's no reason to celebrate, but there absolutely is. The very fact that you have gone through this change is a reason to celebrate. The very fact that you have experienced and made it through on the other side of everything you have experienced already is a reason to celebrate. Take a chance on them. This card's been coming out a lot today. And I think it's going back to a general message that I have been getting in my personal readings and my readings here for you guys, is that this is our year for happiness. This is our year for change and fulfillment. So be honest with yourself. What does happiness look like for you? Because happiness for me is 100 acres of land with a tiny house on it, tiny houses everywhere. I have my land, I have a Highland cow, I have dogs, I have snakes, I have my family, I have my fields, and I have mother. That's what happiness is to me. Happiness looks different to everyone. Success looks different to everyone. Don't let what someone labels as happiness, success, or fulfillment as your rubric. Because rubrics are very hard to break away from. That was one of the hardest things for myself on my own spiritual journey, is I would pester my mom of, how do I do this? How do I do that? When I needed to learn to trust myself. Because the way I did magic is going to be different from everyone else. And that's not something that could be taught to me by a book. It's not an outline that I have to get so that I hit certain marks. The world is waiting for you, love, and there's so much more outside your window than you are expecting. Your happily ever after will come again and again and again. And that's because you have finally decided you are a king or a queen, non-binary royalty that deserves fucking happiness. What was I just saying? Castle. It's the time for healing, not war. Because you love yourself enough. Because you value yourself enough. You already have all the answers, my love. Your voyage is going to be a very different journey from anyone else's because it's yours. And instead of constantly comparing yourself to what someone else did, just run with life. Enjoy every moment you can. Heal from the hurt so you don't carry baggage further into new relationships and new opportunities, and understand that it is okay to not be okay sometimes. I'm saying this is a very stubborn, strong woman myself, who sometimes just needs to collapse, who sometimes just needs to cry. And it's okay if you need to do that, my love. You're not weaker for it. You're not less for it. You're incredibly strong. You always have been. Have a beautiful day, Libra.